This is not really a news story. Well, to me, it's the biggest news.
You said it was one of the few times in your life you have actually said the name of the podcast out loud.
That's true. And,
wow.
And I think it is. Well, like, not out loud, but like to myself.
That was your immediate reaction.
The sentiment was there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm seeing I have not seen this video, and it's the freeze screen is Sylvester Stallone shot from the most boomer phone angle.
The classic unflattering old guy
Couldn't be
video
less flattering.
angle. Freeze frame.
Unless it was inside his body. Right. Unless it was an endoscopy camera.
Right.
It couldn't
Unless
be
he was
less
like
flattering.
pulling his neck in to give himself like 6 chins on purpose.
Right. This is tough. This is not Rocky 2 over here. This is...
So we got the unflattering angle. I'll just read you the caption before we... the caption's going to spoil it, actually, so let's watch the video.
So it's also like whatever space they're in is very weird. It's like a white void behind him.
Yeah.
It definitely looks expensive wherever they are.
I think it's Stallone's McMansion.
You were probably right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
We'll see, though.
I'm about to introduce the great Al Pacino to the great Guy Fieri, who's going to make some great food today.
And pause.
Yes.
Pause. So we're at 12 seconds. So at about 9 seconds, this bald guy behind Pacino and Stallone just comes in from another hallway.
He's tagged. This is Jay Glazer, who's like an NFL sports analyst. This is a weird group of people that are hanging out.
And if you look at the final photo of the entourage I think it's all men.
No, there's like one woman in the corner.
Oh, there's one woman in the corner.
I don't remember who it is, but it's a weird crew of people that are all hanging out.
Just an odd amalgamation.
Schwarzenegger's in the back, but then there's like Chris D'Elia.
Brian Callen.
Brian Callen.
That's super.
Jay Glazer.
Chris D'Elia, I'm like, okay, because his dad is like a showbiz guy.
Oh, okay.
So like, okay, I can see like why maybe he'd be there. But Brian Callen is a really weird one.
I
Frank
think it's
Grillo is there, which is pretty good.
That's really good.
Frank Grillo's cool, so I'm in favor of Frank Grillo being there. But so
were you the one who posted this and was just like, this is canonically The Boys?
No, people are saying like, this is my
that.
Avengers.
all right, yeah. And so Jay Glazer just pops in.
Pops in, and then so we get a pan from Stallone boomer angle to, because Stallone is so much taller, a pretty flattering angle of Al Pacino.
Yeah, who has like his hair down. And
he looks like shit.
When he says the great Al Pacino, he laughs and puts a hand through his hair, and he has like a jade ring on, or like a sapphire ring. I don't know.
That was the least surprising part of this video.
Right,
This is
by the way,
like the fucking Zapruder film. Like, we need to pause this like every frame.
All right.
I just love that Jay Glazer came from another place.
Just a separate, like they were like, okay, and action.
Yeah.
And Jay Glazer started, like, he knew his cue.
He repelled in.
Yeah. All right. So
he spelunked in.
Here he is.
What is
Guy, look who it is.
Hey, Mr. Guy.
How are you? The meeting of the Titans.
What a pleasure.
What a pleasure.
I'm always hungry.
Well,
okay,
and that's it.
So there's a lot
Oh
going
my
on in that moment there. So Guy is whipping up some whatever weird fusion food, I'm sure it's gonna be
garbage
delicious.
canned nachos or
But
whatever.
it's great
I bet his home cooking is great.
for the boys.
I bet it is.
He's a trained chef.
He's
yeah.
he's not a bad.
No,
he
I
just
know.
makes a certain type of food
Right.
that is kind of a
That
lot.
is good.
That is tasty.
I bet that the restaurant was great too.
Yeah.
Did you go?
I went to the one in Vegas.
Was it good?
Well, I got like a burger that had mac and cheese on it or something. It's one of
Hell
those.
yes.
It's one of those type deals.
It's not gonna not be good.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like you just have to be near a bathroom. Like that's
Right.
just the general deal.
I always am.
Yeah.
That is kind of the genre.
Not really
of-
food you eat before you go to like the pool party at Encore.
Yeah.
Is there a bathroom here? Get out of here, man. Nobody wants you here.
I like, if you were to describe the type of food Guy Fieri cooks, I would say food you need to be near a bathroom for.
Right.
That is like the cuisine.
Right.
But delicious nonetheless.
Right.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Look, the official stance of this podcast is there are things worth getting diarrhea for. We have discussed this.
Sometimes you just want to be disgusting and just hole up and get diarrhea. That's just the deal.
So glad,
That's something that animals don't do. See, that's how we know we're
true.
different than animals.
That's what separates us.
They don't
That's
get
what separates
diarrhea?
man from beast.
They don't knowingly do it.
Oh, right. And that's the only difference.
That's it. Otherwise, we're the same.
Maybe like some.
We have a great
animals do.
freeze frame here of Pacino because there are moments, jarring moments, where Pacino's looking directly into the camera.
Right.
Yeah,
There aren't
which
many.
you'd think he would know better than to do because he's
Yeah.
an actor.
But honestly, by the looks he's giving to the camera, it makes you wonder if he's ever seen a front-facing selfie video.
Right.
Before.
This brings this is the thing. Like, I don't need to know this happened. Like, I love that I know this happened, but like, there's no mystique about like the top actors at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's hanging out with and the thing when Guy Fieri says like, "What a pleasure," Pacino says, and it's kind of lost in all like the rest of the crosstalk and the meeting of the Titans or whatever.
Meeting of the Titans. Yeah.
It reminds me, by the way, of the Conor O'Malley Vine where it's Jay Leno and George W. Bush, and they shake hands. The King's Meat. It has the same.
Meeting of the Titans is the same as the King's Meat.
Yes.
But so Guy Fieri says like, what a pleasure, and Pacino says more of a pleasure for me or whatever, and it's like what? Okay, that's a loaded like. Is he a big? Because what does he do all day? He might just watch Food Network all day. Maybe he loves. What's it called? Guy's Grocery Games.
I believe he does, and
Right?
to that point, perhaps the most salient part of this video is that Sylvester Stallone has equal reverence for Al Pacino and Guy Fieri, and I believe him.
Yeah,
I honestly
absolutely.
think he does.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bit that he's doing for the. I don't think when he's saying meeting of the Titans, I think he really means that.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I to the extent that there was any kind of irony in my appreciation of Guy Fieri, I've gone past it. Like, he's good.
Oh yeah.
We've
heard the Shane Torres bit. He's good.
Yeah, he made the eggs for the Smash Mouth guy. That's great. That was a long time ago. He actually has a really good, and I loathe to use this phrase, but social media team. Like they do like good work, like whatever you want to call it. Like this, as far as like celebrity being involved in this stuff. Like there was like the Baby Yoda with Guy Fieri, like facial hair and sunglasses. And
I
stuff.
loved that.
That's fun.
It's a good time.
You got to give it up. So
You got to give it
I'm
up.
with Pacino on this. His big Guy Fieri head. I'm always hungry. Like
sort of
something like because like it's just his voice. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's not like playing. It's just like that's just so
That's
weird to
just
think
how
about.
he is. Yeah.
Just like
It must be difficult to be him where it's like everyone in America feels like you're doing a bit all the time.
Right.
Because of how many people have done impressions.
Just
of
like
you.
talking
Walken
to like
has the same problem.
Yeah.
Like, because that's just how Christopher Walken like talks.
Right.
just like Pacino going into a grocery store, assuming this, just like what aisle are the paper plates in? You know what I mean? It's just like that's like impossible to think about.
Imagine like I'm sure he's like rich enough that he has other people to do this, but like imagine him like calling his like phone company.
Right.
They'd just be like, shut the fuck up and like hang out. Like no one is gonna think that's real. It's like Sharon Stone getting kicked off Bumble. Like
Yeah.
people are just gonna be like, this is fake. Shut up.
I'm running out of Claritin. Can you get more?
I just like, where are they? Like that. This
I think
is
it's
what I don't.
Stallone's
I think
house.
it's
It's Stallone's house.
That's
So Stallone is like, I'm imagining, because he's a director, so he's like stationing all these people. He's like, okay, we got Fieri in the kitchen. We're gonna start down the hallway.
Guys in the lab.
Guys in the lab. Just like the staging of this is very funny.
Yeah, and he starts the video walking down the hall.
Yeah.
With Pacino again, occasionally looking in the camera, very upsetting, jarring.
I don't think Pacino enjoys being filmed.
No, I don't
Here.
either.
Oh no.
I think he's a little upset that Stallone has stooped to that.
Because he has no presence on this stuff.
I think he is legitimately excited to meet Guy Fieri,
Yes.
but not thrilled about being on an Instagram video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, I think a guy like Pacino, he's like in his late 70s, right? Like he's almost completely avoided the social media eye, and for the entirety of his career has been able to be a very weird guy, kind of privately.
Right.
But so the things like this, moments like this, are kind of like reveal him.
Yeah. Well, he's also like, I mean, not that I think he doesn't care, but like, he's not it's the same thing with De Niro. Like, it's like, surprise, the guys in the gangster movies are not like Al Pacino
dorks.
is not Scarface.
Yeah.
Right.
He's Scarf Face. Like, you know what I mean? He has like rings and scarves.
He has
and,
rings.
Like, like that, and the long hair and stuff. It's not. They're not having a sit down at this thing. They're enjoying food and doing whatever.
They're gonna eat some like chicken fingers and be like,
what are they talking about?
I'm always hungry.
I'm always hungry.
Wow.
Well, thank you for showing this to me. This is a very Meeting of the Titans is very good. What was the description?
Oh yeah, the description. It was not Meeting of the Titans. The description is Meeting of the Masters.
Even better.
The great Al Pacino meets the great Guy Fieri at 3 exclamation points. I really respect these guys.
Aww.
And then at the end, tags Jay Glazer without context.
Yes.
Don't respect him,
Just to
but he
tell
was
him that-
also there.
Just to tell him that he's in it.
Mac and cheese hamburger.
I can't believe it.
Bubblegum buffalo wings.
Oh, also, okay, so the other person that's in this picture, because I'm looking at it now, And again, this is another thing where like Pacino, he's smiling, but he's an actor, so he can presumably fake being happy about being in a picture.
Sure.
I'll just.
I don't think you need to be an actor to do that.
No, I know, but like genuinely look like you're actually. Front row, it's Jay Glazer. I believe that's Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yes.
Al Pacino. And Stallone, maybe Stallone is friends with boxers from the training for Rocky and stuff, right? And then Guy in the corner, and then in the back it's a guy I don't know. Frank Grillo, just with his hand on the guy's head. Chris D'Elia, Brian Callen's kind of in between doing like comedian face.
Sure.
And then Schwarzenegger is like hidden behind Stallone. Like most of his body is behind his head. And then the lady that I don't recognize. So that's the crew.
Wow. The boys.
It is the boys.
We really enjoyed the Dragon's Breath chili cheese fries.
I gotta make it to Tex Wasabi.
I'm looking at the menu now for the Vegas. Give me one of the Johnny Garlic Caesar salads. Hooah! The ultimate Asian chicken wings.
This flavor is out of bounds.
How about the Italian finger dippers?
No way. Italian finger dippers?
I think it either says it's kind of blurry. I think it says finger dippers. Fondue dippers, maybe. Either way, it's weird.
Just picturing him as like in the scene in Heat, like because she's got a great ass, but he's just talking about all kinds of appetizers.
The Italian chicken Caesar salad, buffalo wing, pickle wrap.
Yeah. And if you have not seen the, speaking of Al Pacino things, if you've not seen the From Jack and Jill, the Adam Sandler movie, the Dunkachino ad, do you know about this?
Yes. Oh my god, it's like the best thing in that movie.
It's the writing is so tight. Like every line of that is perfect. It's just him doing this like in movie as himself, doing a Dunkin' Donuts ad for a drink called the Dunkachino, and he's like, there's a rap. Yeah. And it references all of his movies in the rap, and he's like embarrassed by it in the Jack and Jill in the movie. Yeah. But like it's like he's in this movie where he pretends that all he wants to do is bang Adam Sandler in a wig. Yeah. Because Adam Sandler plays twins.
Yep.
And that's Jack and Jill, and that's the whole movie. That's the plot of the whole movie. And you got to give it up for that's my take on it.
I'd like to watch it.
I have not seen it, but it is on.
Maybe we can do a movie commentary.
It's on one of the streaming. it's on one of the streaming services, and it's the same like format of poster where it's like short title, and then it's head above, head below, kind of diagonal. You know, like the way they would do the floating head things.
Sure.
And it's Jack and Jill here, and next to it in like the order of things was Don John, which is the one about like the Jersey Shore, Joseph Gordon-Levitt being addicted to pornography, and then like with Scarlett Johansson, and it's like
and
thinking
the
about
same layout.
Yeah, and thinking about like the horrible like idea of like the casting swap where it's like.
Oh no!
Adam Sandler being Anyway,
something's brewing at D&D.
Wow!
Al Pacino!
It's not Al anymore. It's Dunk.
Dunkachino?
Don't mind if I do.
What's my name?
Dunkachino!
It's a whole new game.
Dunkachino!
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend. Attica, hoo-ah, lucky light. This whole trial is out of sight. They pull me back in with hazelnut.
Patty is losing his mind.
Swirl. I know it was you. Everyone wants
Caramel Swirl, I know it was you, is like, that just sends me to like untold heights of how good that is.
Lining up for my Dunkachino. What's my name?
Dunkachino!
Dunkachino!
And he's like dancing this whole time, just for the record. Anyway, it's on like YouTube or whatever.
There you have it. Surprisingly on beat.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Really on beat. Yeah, on rhythm.
Because like there's like Attica. There's like listing references. Yeah. There's like no.
The Attica one is a little unforgivable because it's not in. It doesn't rhyme with anything else. He just says Attica.
Attica hooah.
Attica hooah.
Attica hooah. It's like, well, let's just make sure we throw in hooah and Attica.
And probably the best thing about the whole thing is that like it's not Al anymore. It's Dunk, and they just go Dunkachino. I was like, no, it'd be Dunk Pacino. Like,
Stop. Don't mind if I do.
Stop.
Like there's just you skipped something there, like, you know, and we're going with it.
The customer made the logical leap necessary to just make the song shorter.